All right, we're doing a vertical painting today. We got a lot. We got a lot of water down here, and we got a little barn right here. And I am putting in a little bit of sky color. I'm just going to randomly throw in some color. This is dry. There's no liquid white up here, so I've got to scrub it in. I didn't think it was really worth putting any liquid white up here because the sky is so small. I just want it kind of dark and gloomy. Everybody's favorite, dark and gloomy sky. I'm using a little black, touch of phthalo blue, some white. And I got a picture I'm looking at. It's right above my head, so if you see me looking up, that's what I'm doing. Let's make this corner a little darker. It's just kind of a gloomy little sky. And because there ain't much to it, I mean, this is just about it. And I don't typically use liquid white in a sky that's so small like this, because it creates more of a mess than anything, in my mind. Lighten it up just a little bit in a few areas. You get a 2-inch brush and kind of blend that out a little bit. Oh, my paper towels. I need me a fresh roll up here. Just kind of a dark, old, nasty looking sky, isn't it? So let's go ahead and put a little color in here. I got some Cad Red medium. I'm putting a little bit of white in it. Maybe I need a little crimson in it too. It may be too light. We're going to go ahead and put some color down on this barn. This barn actually looks a little newer than what I normally paint, so we'll try and rough it up a little bit. Okay, the sunlight is coming down this way. I can plainly see. So this area here will be darker than that. This area here, this will be dark. Okay, we got that determined. Let's throw in a little sienna. Or let's try some burnt umber. I don't want it looking too nice. I don't like when they look too nice. Okay, that's probably good. This will be a little darker right here. Let's put a little shot of black in it. It's a little darker, isn't it? And this is dark. Let's try alizarin crimson. With black. Okay, all the way down through here. I know this is confusing looking. My roof line, I'm not sure what color. Let's try sienna and white. Let's go ahead and try and form this out. Yeah, it's not too bad. Burnt sienna and white with some of this other color mixed in. Okay, burnt sienna, some white. It's going to go here. I'm basically just trying to outline this so I don't lose my marks at the moment. Burnt sienna and white. Just putting color down on the canvas, that's all we're doing. Okay, this is reddish right in here. I'll have to do a lot of this off camera because it's taking so long. I'm just showing you where the collars are mainly going to be going. This is all dark right in here. Every bit of this. This will be our first coat. It takes usually about 3 coats before it starts looking pretty good. I'm just using black and alizarin crimson on this dark area because it has a touch of red and it's dark. It seems like it's okay. Let's see. Up in here. Okay, I'm going to finish this off camera. You see about where all the collars go, and I'll be right back. I went ahead and threw some background trees in here just to get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and put some grass in. This is kind of like a hill coming down right here. So let's go ahead. We will start with cad yellow light, some yellow ochre. The sun is coming down this way, we've determined. I'm just going to randomly throw some collars in. This is just our base. We'll mix it up with a 1-inch brush when we get a second to do so. I'm going to throw a little brown in here. This grass actually looks a little brownish up on the hill. A little green, little sienna, colors I don't normally use in the grass. But according to the picture, it kind of looks like it's got some of these colors in it. That's going to be dark probably right in there. Kind of greenish right in here. It's going to get darker right here. So let's see what we can do. Let's take some Prussian blue. Definitely dark right over in here. Dark back here. Right in through there. And it's going to get a little lighter down here because of where the sun is hitting it. Yellow ochre, sap green. Okay, that's probably good enough. Let's mix that up. Let's see what kind of brush. What I got on this brush? Nothing. This is a good brush. Let's just go ahead and mix all this up right here. And remember, we got a big tree right here and a big tree here. So we're going to go ahead and get this stuff done and over with. And we'll go over every bit of this with a fan brush. This is just getting color on the canvas. That's all we're doing right now. Got to start with something. And it's definitely dark over in here. I think that looks pretty good for starters. Yep, pretty good. All right, let's go put us a couple of trees in here. We're going to have a big one right here. Let's take some black, some sap green. This is a pretty big tree right here. I guess you could call it maybe a pine tree of sorts. Can't really tell what it is in my picture. I know it's nice and dark. And sometimes that's all that matters. As long as you can see the collar of it. It's going to come all the way down. Cover up all this area right here that we left blank. Black, sap green. Come all the way down to the water line. All the way down to here. Okay, there's one. Good enough for that. Now let's take some raw umber. Use a number 3 brush, I believe this is. Number 3, yep. We're going to put a tree right close to the water line also. It's going to come up right beside of this side of the barn, right through it almost, and it's going all the way up. What we're trying to do is push this barn back a little bit. That's what we're aiming for. This is still wet. This is the next day. I done all this yesterday, and everything is still wet. This paint, this grass is still wet. Everything's still wet. Okay, let's bring a smaller branch out this side. Smaller branch there. And then we got a lot of smaller branches just here and there. Just poking up here and there. Little branch there, there. Pretty much everywhere. Lots of small branches. I could probably get my liner brush, and I probably will by the time it's all said and done, because there's a lot of small branches. There's not leaves on all these branches. And a liner brush would be just about perfect for this. There's a few leaves, but not a lot. There's some leaves on these lower branches. Now we don't have to follow the picture, as I've said a million times. We don't have to do that. And we probably won't. I hate to run a branch through my barn, but I guess I just did, didn't I? It's okay. Let's put a few highlights on that if I can clean my brush off here real quick. Let's just grab some white, a little yellow ochre. Let's just run. Let's see, the sun's coming down this way, so this will be on the right side. We're just going to put a little collar on this. White, a little yellow ochre. Yeah, we're trying to push the barn back a little bit. That is our goal. And put some right here. This branch here will have a few leaves on it for sure. I do know that. Yeah, I just kind of mix this up. There's not much room on this tree to put too much color. I'll take a little Prussian blue and just run down the back side, maybe a little. I'll get some of that white out of it. Make it a little darker. Okay, just kind of mix this up a little bit. I'll have to go over this again, I'm sure. I'm just showing you what I'm going to do eventually. But that's a quick highlight on that one. All right, as you can see, this is not in the picture, but you know, we don't follow the pictures exactly. I'm adding a little piece of land right here because I think it needs it. And I brought this grass down just another inch or so. I brought that down a little bit. Put my little water line up here, but I'm going to add a piece of land right here. I put some reflections in the water, as you can see. But I think it really needed a piece of land. It just, I don't know, just looked a little odd. So we're going to throw something in here. This is cad yellow light. And we might stick with this grass, make this grassy, I don't know. We may change it. It just depends on how we're feeling. How it looks and how we're feeling. I may throw a bush in, may throw a few rocks. I put a rock right there. I'm not finished with it, of course, but I'm just trying to add some things to the painting. I think it needs a little bit more than what it had, so I'm just trying to add some stuff. And the picture is actually a broken down fence right here. I may throw that in there still. Even though I don't know, I kind of like that grass. But down in here we might have to put a rock or something. I don't know. We'll think about it as we're going along. Probably definitely needs something. I just don't know what yet. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put a few fence posts in. Like I said, in the picture they're kind of broken down and it kind of has a pretty nice effect. Oh, let's see what we got here. Actually, some of them are sticking in the water. I don't know about that, but let's just put one there. We'll figure it out. Put one here. Stand back and look at them here a little bit. This one, bring this one down a little bit more. Make sure they're the right size. Stand back and kind of look at them. Yeah, these are broken down fences, so I'm going to break this one down too. I'm just going to put that board like right there, maybe. Maybe bring it down a little bit more. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe we'll bring one across. I mean, there's not much to these fences, really. But I'll go ahead and bring another one across right here. That may be about it. I think that's probably okay. It's just something that's there. I think that's probably okay. Well, let's do a quick highlight on them. Breaking off my paper towels. Just a real quick highlight. I'm just going to use white. This white actually has blue on it, which is I don't really want, but that's just the way it goes. Let's just throw a quick little highlight on it. Sun's coming down from the right. This is white, but yet this is real wet, so it's okay. It's okay to use in a case like that. Run it across the top of the post. Maybe take some sienna, little ochre, just put some of that on there. Just for good measures. Just for good measures. Burnt sienna and a little ochre. Now I'll take some Prussian blue, if I can rustle me up a little bit here. Run it down the back side. Put some underneath. And I'll just keep working on this for a few minutes till we get it right. Don't forget you got to put your reflections in the water too, right there. Let me find my brush. Maybe go ahead and do that. I'll have to redo this water line because I actually had forgot about these posts. Do it this way. It's confusing painting things upside down. I ain't gonna lie to you about it. It really is. Okay, let's just go this way. This one here. But the good news is if it's a reflection, it's kind of blurry and smeared, so that kind of helps. But it's pretty hard painting things upside down. Just like this post is pretty crooked here. By the time I pull down my reflections and blend it, you may not notice. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Usually you just pull down. See, my water line's getting all messed up. I'll have to redo that. And you just this is my softest brush, and I'm just using it for reflections. Actually, this is silly what I got going on here. This needs to be all the way up here. And all the way up here, and all the way there. Okay. I'll have a real mess time I get done doing this. I want to just pull that down. Go across. And that's probably good enough. Because you can see them, you know it's there, so that's probably good enough. Okay, I think this might be one of the last things we do. I'm going to put some bushes here, and I'm going to use magenta. That's the color that I'm going to, I'll wipe this off, as you can probably tell by looking. I want this to be as dry as I can, because man, it is difficult trying to put wet paint on wet paint. I know you can thin it out, but I don't like to do that. So I'm just going to put this black on here, and we're going to go for it. Actually, I may just bring this on down here. I'm going to wipe that off a little bit right there. Just bring it on down. Bring it on down. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to sop up some of this black I just put on here. This is a shop towel. You can use a paper towel. You just use what you got. See, it pulls some of the oil off. It's still going to be wet, but not as wet. And if you want to buy some shop towels, you know, you can get them at Walmart or a car parts store, anywhere you want. But they really absorb nice. I mean, they really do. They're really good for this if you oil paint. If you paint with acrylic, you don't have to worry about such things. But I just want that magenta to stick on there, because I've done this enough to know that, man, it's tough. So let's get us a brush, clean one. I'm going to use a clean one today. Sometimes I'll use the same brush I did that with, just wipe my brush off and try to do it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it anymore. It don't seem to work. I've tried it enough to realize it don't work too well. Well, let's start right here. Okay, let me wipe this off. See, magenta is dark. It's a darker type of red. It's kind of pinkish. Kind of a pinkish, has a pinkish tone to it. And let's see what a touch of white will do. If I can do it without messing it up. The more you touch it, the worse it's going to get. I just want a little bit just to brighten up, and I hope I don't mess it up. That one's not too bad. Yeah, I don't want a bunch. Just brighten it a little bit. Well, that's not bad. Not too bad. And I'm gonna keep fooling around with it until I do make it bad, probably. Yeah, you just can't stop sometimes. Well, folks, that looks like a wrap. I think it turned out pretty good. I added a few more rocks and 2 bushes. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. And thanks for watching.